Salve ragazzi, oggi vi parlerò di Heart of Darkness, Cuore di Tenebra, che è un romanzo scritto da Joseph Conrad. Joseph Conrad è uno scrittore nato nel 1857. Lui è di origini polacche, genitori polacchi. Ha vissuto in una Polonia allora divisa tra diverse potenze. Poi, sin da giovane, assieme ai genitori, dovette lasciare la propria terra d'origine e andare in Russia in esilio. I genitori morirono presto, così lui, aiutato da uno zio, continuò a barcamenarsi, ma subito dovette adattarsi e cominciò a lavorare come marinaio nella marina francese. E poi successivamente diventò un capitano, successivamente diventò, diciamo, un graduato nella marina inglese. Okay, so Joseph Conrad, as I said before, is a writer who has Polish origins, and in fact his first language is Polish, then his second language is French, and only his third language is English, but he decided to write in English instead of French or Polish because he thought that English was most suitable to express literature. In fact, he wrote many novels, and they were set in different places of the world, like in the Far East or in Africa, like the novel we are going to analyze, Heart of Darkness. And in fact, Joseph Conrad was on a mission in Africa in the 1890s, and he traveled in the area that at that time was under the power of Belgian colonial administration, and the leader, whose leader was Leopold II, and while he traveled in Black Africa, he realized that what he had known before was subverted. Okay, what does it mean, subverted? Changing a point of view. Leopold II pretended that he was in Africa to civilize local people and to give them the right path, and to, as Leopold said, that he was there to accomplish a noble mission to continue the development of civilization, reducing primitive barbarism and fighting sanguinary customs. But in fact, it wasn't for that reason. It was only for ivory, for greediness, because they looked for local produce, and the ivory, there was plenty of ivory because there were plenty of elephants. As you can see here, there are the elephants. But anyway, they brought ivory to Belgium and made a lot of profits from it. But they enslaved the local population. They had many people who were under contract. They took them from the coast, and when they went inland through the river Congo, those people fell ill, and step by step they died. And what they did was to enslave other people in the heart of Africa, in the heart of the Congo region, in order to get ivory, and they were chained And we will read a passage of those people who are in chains, and also of the people who are nearly dying because they are starving, they have not enough food, because they are ill, because they have been exploited for long. And on the contrary, Marlowe, when he travels, meets an accountant, the chief accountant, who is very elegant, with a tie, with parted hair, oily parted hair, greased parted hair, and wears a nice shirt with the handcuffs, and well, is in strong contrast with the natives. So at the beginning there is white, which is good, white, which gives you a good impression of light, and everything good is associated with white, while black is considered evil. At the end of the novel, black is negative because there is exploitation, violence, greed, and black becomes positive and is related to the natives who are suffering this exploitation, and who are murdered, who are killed, who are mutilated, and so on. Okay, in this case, there is a sort of denunciation of the people of the West, of the great powers of the West, namely Germany, France, and Great Britain, the United Kingdom, and that's the denunciation of colonialism. And if we think to the point of view of colonialists, we might think to another famous writer called Kipling. Kipling said that colonization was the white man's burden. The white man's burden means il fardello dell'uomo bianco, and it means that the white man had a burden that was to colonize savages, barbarian people, but in reality it was not that. For that reason that colonists went to foreign lands. They went there in order to exploit the local people and get goods, get everything they could take from those countries. So the beginning of the novel starts in the same way, but at the end, Marlowe realizes that after meeting Kurtz, who is a very, very famous agent who has made a lot of profit, who has gathered a lot of ivory, he realizes that Kurtz, who has become an idol for the black people, for the local people, has been destroyed by this inner conflict between good and evil. So Kurtz now says, argues the fact that in his report, he writes a report, and he says that the white man's colonization is not a good thing, and no God, no white man can colonize properly and can bring civilization to black people, because it's not civilization. When Kurtz dies, his last words are horror, horror, horror. That means that what was thought to be civilization was not civilization, but just horror, violence, greediness, and yes, in fact, the concept of right and wrong in this case is reversed. Okay? All the best. Bye.